Test 1 2, test 1 2. Test 1 2, test 1 2. Hello and welcome into the Walker Athletic Complex on the campus of Piedmont University for a good Wednesday night of Piedmont University men's soccer versus the visiting Emory Eagles. Emory coming in at 8-0. hot and a 29-4 point differential. Should be a great measuring stick game for the Lions on this Wednesday evening. Mostly cloudy today, a chance of rain later on, but we'll have to hope that we will stay dry tonight. Lineup's going to be announced here in a little bit, as well as the national anthem. So we'll step away for a second, but when the anthem's done, we'll be right back to hit you with the starters. This is Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Welcome back to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Grant Prather, August Goddard here with you for today's action between the Piedmont Lions and the visiting Emory Eagles. Emory comes in at 8-0 on the season, and their starting lineups are as follows. Their goalkeeper is number 1, Kieran Skelly, followed up by Michael Constant, a defender, number 5. Then at numbers 6 and 7, respectively, Logan Steering and Julian He. Adeyemi Oni and Josh Grand will be out there. Lorenzo Avalos, Nick Carano, Danny Moya, Owen Clark, and Ignacio Cubedu will round out the lineup for Emory. Now for the Lions. Bobby Wood will start once again in net. Josh Duquette, the freshman, will be there with Nathan Jacome on the defending end. Also on the defending end, Delroy Mattis, who has had 3 goals so far this year, had a very influential part in one of their last home games here. Tyler Vogt and Boris Bosick, number 6 and 7. Davis Knight, team leader in goals with 6, also adding 2 assists. He's number 8. Number 9 is Mason Keith. Of course, Colin Vogel, number 10, out there with Lyric Bratton and James Cooper. And one thing that I am noticing, August, is more and more of the bleached buzz.
Yeah, it's looking like the front three has equipped this sort of Arctic fox look, you could say. So that three-headed monster is definitely going to make an impact. As you mentioned, Davis Knight, leading goal scorer, Vogel and Keith flanking him down the wings. We'll see what type of action they can provide against this Eagles defense.
Yeah, it should be a very good measuring stick game here for the Lions. This is not one that on paper you expect to win. If you're the Lions, you got to hope that the play down to your opponent aspect does come into play, but Emory looks pretty fired up to be here. Emory comes in with some nice navy blues, Lions with some good whites. As I said before we went to the national anthem, mostly cloudy, small chance of rain as we get later on tonight, but one can only hope. I'll go ahead and knock on our table here. It is made out of wood, so that works.
Yeah, one matchup I think to look forward to. Josh Duquette, you mentioned, the freshman in defense. Only freshman who started any games for Piedmont this season, has not faced an attack to the caliber of Emory so far. You mentioned Josh Grand, 6 goals, 8 assists on the season. How will Josh be able to get up to speed with Emory will be a big factor in that back four that Coach Stevens likes to deploy.
It's a good question to ask. This team beat Maryville 7-1. They beat Barry 3-1. They beat Covenant 2-1. So they've had some action in the CCS already. So the teams will go through their huddles here. 6:57 is we'll probably get started a little bit behind schedule. Looking at some of the statistics for Emory, like August mentioned, their leading goal scorer, Josh Grand, has 20 points on the season, 6 goals. Ignacio Cabedu will be second with 5 goals for them. He's their leading shot guy. He's had 39 shots this year, and 13 of them have been on net. And then usually it looks like Jeffrey Halpern is their usual starter here, but they will rely on Kieran Skelly. Skelly has started 2 games so far, and we start in this game just behind schedule, 6:57, with a put out behind Bobby Wood in the usual neon green keeper kit. I'd imagine defense is going to be key today for Piedmont. You got a pretty talented defense, as you have much higher competition than you've seen before with Emory. As Bobby's first goal kick will be looking for Davis. And we are officially in a good play here. Ball around midfield. As Emory looks to form an attack, just going with some small passes, feeling out that attack. Davis Knight roaming his way around. Mattis with a good slide, but it's stuck up with for the Eagles. As Moya had it. And it goes back to Moya. And again, working their way around the defense, just trying to get them rolling. Got to wonder if the Eagles have a conditioning advantage. That bench looks very, very full for them. So they work forward and back. I was looking for a give and go is Nick Carano. Zavalos now working his way in the boxes. Zavalos, good defense by Bosick to keep it out. And Davis with a takeaway. It's stolen right back. Eagles still have it. Staring. Owen Clark will go back over towards the Lions bench. Big boot over towards the pole in the corner. The Eagles work their way into the box. It's past Bosick, and it's put out of the box. Knight with a boot off of a defender's head, and that'll be a goal kick, I believe, for Bobby. So good first defensive stand for the Lions. Ball worked its way into the box a little bit, but they'll stay alive.
Yeah, you see the Lions are willing to give up some of that possession to play in that sort of low block. All 11 players behind the ball with Davis Knight kind of probing. Because the tactic that Coach Stevens likes to deploy is, as soon as Bobby Wood gets possession of the ball, send Vogel and Keith long. Send them down the flanks, as we see here with that long ball to Vogel. But that's kind of the idea with this low block, and we'll see this game kind of dominated by Emory, possession stats, but it's about the chances that Piedmont gets on those counters that will decide the game.
And you got to see how the attack differs from normal competition. I don't want to call Emory normal competition. Like I said, they're a very good team, 29-4 point differential. Over 3 goals a game scored for them. So you wonder how much quicker they are, how much more savvy their defense is. And you got to imagine we'll be squinting a lot this half, as that ball should be on that far side most of the half. Emory goes back over towards the middle, trying to enter into the box. Bratton almost got beat on it. Ball on the edge of the box, and it's put out. It looks like we're going to have a corner here. So the first corner of the day for the Eagles, in some trouble early. Can't pinpoint the number as to who's taking this. It looks like Josh Grand. See Constant and Clark there in the box. Along with Staring, a header goes over the net. And he's not happy. A head in the hands. It's a little bit of a frustrating play, but game goes on. Plenty of other chances for the Eagles. A thing we don't see too often in these games is we see a little bit of a huddle camera that the Eagles have brought in here. It's pretty surprising to see that. You usually don't see that out of other conference opponents for the Lions, but here we are.
Might be a bit of a sneak diss to the Piedmont Lions broadcast.
Come on. You don't want to hear from me? You don't want to hear us? Come on. I bet you, if anything, they just put it on mute. They don't want to hear any positivity coming out of anyone in this press box. Davis looking for a header off of a big boot away, nothing doing. And a good step on Mason Keith there on the left side. It's put out. Throw in goes to Josh Grand. So again, the ball works its way towards that right corner. Bosick busy in the box. It goes straight to Bobby Wood. And he'll take his time. Vocal, as always, is Bobby. Backspin. Boot curving over towards the right side. Brought in cleanly by Vogel. Bosick looking for a through ball to James Cooper. First time we've said his name today as Davis falls down on the turf. You got to imagine he'll be very tired at the end of this game. Fielded cleanly. As Bosick on the defensive end. It looks like it still should be that'll be a throw for the Lions, it looks like. Hard to see through that pole. Yeah. Be Cooper. Looking for Davis over the head. Here's a good chance for Davis. He has a one-on-one. Right boot up. Forcing his way around, being pressed up. Colin Vogel has it now. He was looking for Mason Keith. Nothing doing. Defense snuffed that one out as there was some hard man defense there. Tyler Vogt will bring this one over to the other end of the field. It's Michael Constant. As now the Eagles form another attack. It's a good ticky-tack passes, but Delroy Mattis picks it off. Cooper was looking right back to him. Mattis tried to get it up and looks like he got hit in the head. And Mattis with an unlikely boot to Michael Constant, and he's looking for a foul. Looks like it was just untimely contact.
Yeah, quite surprised there's not a yellow coming out of there. Not sure if Mattis did make contact with Constant, but that's just a dangerous play getting the studs up in the head or neck area. So might have gotten away with one there, not getting a card and a booking.
Yeah, maybe that's something they call later in the game. I guess we'll have to see. Hopefully there will be no more of that for either side for sake of injuries. Here's a good kick away, curving towards Bobby's side, head up. Ball still in the box, head over towards the right side, kick, and it's still put out. The defense from the Lions is now Davis gets it over to Colin Vogel. Some contact at midfield, but a good job to stay up by Lorenzo Uvalos.
We mentioned Josh Duquette's name in the pregame. Goal line clearance there from the freshman, so getting up to speed quickly against this high-powered Eagles attack.
That's what you look for. This is a great test for him to see what the future may hold against tough competition once you get to playoff time or once he would get to his junior, senior year, as I believe Tyler Vogt will get this one out. And it was a smart play, as I believe this is a throw-in. Yeah. Cooper. Over the head of Mason Keith. Way over it. Russell Wilson bet.
Too soon.
Hey, he did just get benched.
Yeah.
I had to say it. Ball works its way into the box. Dangerous one as Mattis didn't get a beat on it, and it's put out. And some more frustration coming from the Eagles as their offense can't seem to get it working. Bobby calling his boys out. This kick will go to the right towards the Lion logo at midfield. Couldn't hit Davis as there was two Eagles right there. Owen Clark in the defensive end as the ball will work its way past half field now. Ground ball, Bratton tried to catch up. Eagles working on Tyler Vogt. Good head away from, I believe that was Duquette. Ball on the left side working on Bratton. It's in the box. Header away. Another great play by the Lions defense. Even though this one will go out, it was a good job to snuff out the opportunity. So Duquette using his frame to his advantage here. I believe he stands at 6'3", maybe 6'4". In cleats, he's probably 6'5". Corner on the edge of the semicircle there. High boot way over the goal. And it's headed into the box. Another one sniped and saved by Bobby Wood. He'll dive over to his right side and get some mitts on it for a pretty first save as the Lions will look to capitalize in transition as here's Colin Vogel. Mason Keith now has it. Keith lost the handle on it. It would have been a great way to capitalize, but nonetheless, a tremendous save from Bobby Wood.
And that's the type of progress the Lions will need to make this a game. Sitting back in defense for 15, 20 minutes at a time simply is not a recipe for success. The boys in the white jerseys know that. But those forward moving, that just makes the Eagles back four just a little bit more hesitant as to what type of passes they play, how far up they get up the field, and everything of that nature.
You see what happened there, August. They let him have time on the defensive end, and the second you get a stop, that three-headed monster on the attack goes right to business. So they'll give Emory their time. They'll kind of let their offense rest. As long as you stay in this game, it won't look too bad on the stat sheet, even if it ends up in a loss as the ball's in the box and a good slide away by Tyler Vogt to stop it. Should still be, I believe this is going to be a corner for the Eagles. Josh Grand will work his way over there as Bratton follows him, shadows him, as does Mason Keith. Ball in the brick corner as the box is loaded up. Hand up, kick up. In the box over to Mattis, heads it up, and it's out. Danny Moya over to Logan Starin. This one's booted over towards the left side, towards Bratton, gets a head on it. And Keith trying to track it down. Forward and back for the Eagles. As the ball's in the edge of the box, now enters the box. A little bit of trouble here for the Lions. Booted out. So a lot of breath holding here for the defense. It's still 0-0. Still 0-0. Looks like we'll have a goal kick here too. Much deserving of some applause as the Lions have truly shut down the Eagles in these first 13-12 minutes. Gotta hope you can keep it up at least till the end of the half. Stay in this thing. Give yourself some sort of hope. Tough matchup would be a absolutely huge confidence boost for these Piedmont boys. Mattis, tough contact, fell down on the ground. Ball's nearly in the box here. Now it is. As Duquette on the defensive end gets a good takeaway. Josh's game keeps being stellar today. Boot up and out. Emory defense saying that's fine. We'll let them do that just as long as we don't get it on their end of the field. See some of the Piedmont faithful talking their game. Restraining box territory for the lacrosse side as Bosick with some backward spin on there, and that one will work over towards the bleachers, towards the Piedmont faithful that I just mentioned. I was wondering why Isaiah was sat on that soccer ball there, August, for a second. He's just tying his shoe.
Maybe he's tired. He looks to be completed with the process of the bunny loops and is just taking a little rest.
Are you a two bunny ear or one bunny ear type of guy?
One bunny ear.
One bunny ear? Now we're at odds here. I'm two. Tough bounce and kicked away. Yeah, I've definitely been a two loop guy since about 4 or 5 years old. My sister actually taught me how to do that, not my mom. So shout out, as now August is untying his shoes and giving me a demo on how to do it.
Confirming one bunny loop. That's that was the process.
He said it's possible.
I used to trade milk cartons to have my friends tie my shoes in the first grade because I didn't know how to tie my shoes.
That's one way to do it.
A little fun fact.
A side hustle is a side hustle. I remember back in Little League, before I knew how to tie my shoes, and I would wear batting gloves when I was running the bases. If I would get a double, I'd have to have the coach walk out from the dugout and tie my shoe for me.
That checks out for Little League.
I've upgraded since then. It's fine. I can do it now. Don't worry.
Velcro shoes now?
I'm all grown up. Mattis with a good slide down. That's just what he does best, as Bobby will control this one.
Yeah, Mattis's deployment this season, we saw him a lot in that kind of holding midfield, central defensive midfield. He's used more as just a number 7 now, sometimes playing in the central attacking midfield. And his ability to connect play while also being able to drop down to midfield is an absolutely massive asset for the Lions. We see him active this game already. CCS Offensive Player of the Week last week. He'll be a name to look out for today.
As the ball works its way past Mattis, now in the box, kicked away by Bobby. Still in there, though, and it's put over towards outside. Another boot blocked away. Bratton looking for it. Slide, off, goal kick. I know it's early, but this defense is playing out of their mind.
The longer it stays scoreless, the more confidence the Lions get. Emory came in here expecting a goal within the first 10, 15 minutes, already about 25 minutes into the half. And I wouldn't say they're necessarily struggling. They're getting looks that they like, but they're being stopped pretty effectively from the white jerseys. And you can kind of sense some frustration coming out of them.
Yeah, last thing you want for the Lions, too, is to be complacent. To expect that same outcome is now, again, ball works its way near the box, but it's put out towards Davis Knight. These attacks are going to come from the Eagles. It's just a question of how well will the Lions be consistent on the defensive end, as Josh Grant, leading goal scorer for the Eagles. Davis has been doing a lot of running so far in this first half. I forget what the conditioning test they do is technically called. It's a 2-mile run, and they have to run up that hill that goes from Johnson up to the Mize parking lot. That's where he gets all that conditioning from, because I can tell you that hill is not fun. It's almost as bad as Purcell. There's Shaylee shaking her head. Yep, she knows. Ball over by the corner as we see the lights on now in the Walker Athletic Complex as we're getting towards sunset. Cluster of bodies there around. And Colin Vogel will yield. Ball works its way towards Michael Constant. Lorenzo Avalos as the ball will work its way in the box. Another good slide from Delroy. No call. It's very clean as it's dead in the corner now. Bostic puts it out. Watch out.
Kind of looked like a foul there from Mattis on Grand. I just think Grand wanted to play through it, and if he fell to ground, there's a chance that could have gone down as a penalty kick for the Eagles. But kind of see how compact the Lions' back four is, and then you'll have Mattis squeezing in if Bostic comes out.
And kicks up, headed out. Low boot off to the left, goal kick for Bobby.
Yeah, and you'll see Mattis kind of squeeze in, cover for Bostic if he comes out on the left side. Vogt does the same on the right side if Bratton comes out. So at times it'll look almost like a back six, and then you have obviously Bobby Wood and then the front three. So it's really defensive mind here from Stevens, kind of building the wall per se, and it's worked so far.
Yeah, I think he knew they were going to be on the defensive end a lot, and it has worked out so far. Bobby with a high one with minimal spin. As Emory works around the blonde trio now. It used to be the blonde brothers. Actually, it's the blonde quartet now, but Justin Arriaga, I haven't said his name yet. He's one of those as well. And collided with the referee, did Davis on that one. I just look over and I see an orange jersey on the ground. I didn't see what happened. I was following the ball. Vogt slides down. Some pinball as this one will be put out. Let me tell you, August, I have never met anyone in my life who knows geography more than Tyler Vogt does.
Really?
In our Spanish class that we have, we always have to guess a country at the beginning, and he always gets it right. Anytime we mention anything geographically, he's on the ball.
I'll have to see it firsthand and kind of gauge my competition. Say as I do enjoy a good geography match.
Oh, yes. Laura Hudgens would know as the ball works its way in its box. Good boot by the frame of Vogt. Good header, I should say. Keith defending. As it's in the darker spot of the field now on that left side. Big shot over. Bobby dives over, saves it. There's the first words to his defense. Hand up, telling him it's a corner. Emory's rushing for it. Right boot high in the air, tracing towards the corner, and it's headed over. Tracking it down near the pesky pole now is Ademioni. Eddie Emioni will put it away. So again, in unfriendly territory are the Eagles. Unfriendly for the Lions, I should clarify. And again, they attack from the wings. Works its way into the center of the box, straight to Mattis. Header goes down to the dirt. Controlled cleanly by Constant.
You see how far Vogel just came out to pressure Constant. A player of his speed and pace was playing defense inside of his own box. That is the game plan. I mean, we'll mention it time and time again as a wonderful touch there, but just how compact the defensive structure is for the Lions.
Coach Stevens putting all the chips in on the defensive end. Who knows? Maybe he's trying to force a tie.
That will look good for the power index.
A tie, I would say, in this situation is a win.
Yeah. Agreed.
Obviously, you'd love a 1-0, but it's in a perfect world.
Could be an 88th minute Davis Knight screamer.
I would love that, and I would also go crazy. Almost had a one from Mason Keith there. Had a one-on-one. It was a good boot away. As August works on his post moves on me. Ball in the box on the left side. Some more good defense from Bratton. Line drive towards Mason Keith. Gets some control as a one-on-one with a lot of physicality. Turned into a two-on-one, and it didn't favor too well for him as back in the box now are the Eagles. This one's crossed on the inside. Back to the middle, to Mayo. Crossover behind the goal.
That was a really good job there from Owen Clark, 24 for Emory, not fouling Keith there. We see it pretty much every match at this level of soccer, that the fouls that occur are most of the times, backtracking on defense in that shielding position. And he did a really good job to not commit a foul that allows Emory to regain possession and continue their attack.
Corners up and curling in. Header off of the post. Blocked away. Guess who? Josh Duquette. And yeah, going back to what you said, August, this is a very savvy Eagles team. Reason why they're 8-0. If you can, it's the same with any sport, but if you can limit your mistakes, it will definitely work in your favor. Corner coming with about 22 minutes left as we are more than halfway through this half. It's up. Header back towards the side, and it's through. This time, Bobby couldn't get there, and the cracks burst. Eagles strike first.
Score on their 14th shot on goal.
On goal?
Apologies. 14 shot total.
Okay.
5th shot on goal.
Man.
Also coming from their 7th corner.
Goodness.
All those statistics Piedmont has 0 of.
Yep. I don't think we've been on our own end to where we don't have to squint our eyes this whole time. My goodness. When you said 14 shots on goal, I almost had a heart attack.
Yeah, that was a typo.
Even still, 14 shots in 22 minutes. I mean, I know that's buying into the game plan, but my goodness, to be able to stop them every time except for that one, I would say that you take that as a win. So the 0-0 tie possibility is out the window. Lions start now down 1. Big ball to Vogel. Put out. Ball boy Zach Avila with a nice pass. James Cooper as the Lions finally in their own end. As they'll march into Eagle territory, load that box up. First good chance. Here's James Cooper. Line drive, throw in. Headed up towards Mattis. Read it correctly. Head over to Davis. Put out. Blue jerseys flying back over as Bratton got a good boot on it. Now in transition are the Eagles. Flipped it. Big trouble. Lions having to race back on the attack. Shot blocked away. Up, over. A lot happened there in 10 seconds. The Lions can breathe again. Speaking of breathing, man, I think something's going around here at Piedmont. I caught a little bit of a cold a few days ago, and I'm still getting over it. You know that feeling when you're able to properly breathe through your nose again after a cold, August?
Wonderful.
It's the greatest feeling in the world.
I mean, so, of course, sometimes you get a little baited. You're laying in bed, congested, you get up, it clears up for maybe 7-8 seconds, lay back down, can't breathe again. Real tough look. I would argue that being able to swallow correctly after a cold is another very good one. Yeah, very good. As Justin Arriaga has made his way onto the field.
There we go.
In place of James Cooper.
Quartet. Full.
Power of friendship, hopefully.
4 out of 4, 100% on the pitch now. Ball in the box. Bobby dives and another save. If anything for him, he will have a lot of saves to put on the stat sheet today. His senior year, looking to make it a good one. He has so far. Only real mark on that docket for him was Warren Wilson, but most of that wasn't his fault.
Yeah, didn't have a chance at really any of those 3 goals. Warren Wilson only registered 3 shots on target that whole game. Pretty much from within 6 yards of his face. And as long as they didn't hit it right at him, it was going to go in. So
that was all defense in that one. Kick back behind midfield for the Eagles. It's Constant. Probably should put his name in the all D3 name team. As Jacome looking to track it down, Bratton got beat on a step. Ball's in the box now, crossover, blocked away by Mattis. He's up and okay. Bobby will help him up. Another good slide from the Lions defense, but 8th corner so far for the Eagles.
I'm trying to get a look at who that is warming up in that ball side corner. Could be Edwin Sosa Reyes, potentially another transition to the beach buzz.
I saw a little bit of shine there. Boots, again, cornering away. Bobby got a hand on it. So him and Mattis probably screaming same team at each other. Is tracking this one down as Davis. Actually, it was Keith, excuse me. Lions ball, so finally a good chance for them offensively to see what they can do.
As Christopher Marchand there for Emory from Heilbronn, Germany.
Wow. Shades of big Swiss.
Exactly.
Obviously, big Swiss sidelined with an injury right now. Haven't seen much of him this year. As whistle and go the other way, but Lions have handled well without him so far. It's Tyler Vogt, a man who stepped into a big role this year. He's really showed out so far. Goes over to Delroy, who in the 4 games he's played has showed out. Gets a step. We're past midfield. Here's Delroy with a one-on-one, but blazing speed by the Emory Eagles defender. Mattis with some good length, though, looking to go one-on-one. Over the side and put out. That bench is chirping at him. And you can see, I think there's a little bit of a smile on his face there. Constant with a throw in here. Actually, he'll yield it. About 16 minutes left, as we'll see some substitutions come in. Looks like Danny Moy will come out. Parker Rubinacci will come in as we wait on the official substitutions here. Line drive on a string goes to the left side. Looks like Emma Gein and Terrence No are in as well for McGaney and No, I should say, will come in for the Eagles. For the Lions, Edwin Sosa Reyes and Justin Arriaga are entered. Lofted up towards the box. Bobby waves him off, picks it up. Davis didn't get a beat on it. And a good shadow job by Owen Clark to let his keeper get control. Bosick with a tough beat, good header by Duquette. As it'll go to Arriaga, back to Bratton. Sophomore with a line drive right to Owen Clark. And again, Davis running circles around looks like a 3-2-4, or 3-2-5, I should say, for the Eagles. Ball near the Lions bench now. Newly entered, foot of No. Trying to do a dance on Bosick, but he says no, sir. Gets it over with the left foot. Looking for a give and go, but Josh Duquette is there. Slowly over to Skelly. really the first time we've said his name. He's had a pretty easy road today.
Yeah, but as a goalkeeper, if you're not sharp the whole time, you get kind of that lull in the action. Ball isn't within 30 yards of you for 25 minutes. All it takes is one little slip up, and it's a tie ball game.
And now it's 2-0. As a slip up by the Lions defense will be slotted perfectly on the bottom left corner. Came from outside the box. Bobby couldn't get down in time. So rough turn of events for the Lions. Their defense was playing well, but now the crack's really starting to break. 13-14 left in this first half. So now we get into what on paper we expected. 2-0 score. Again, Eagles beat Maryville 7-1. They beat Barry 3-1 and Covenant 2-1. Overshot Delroy. It's just been no time for the Lions offense to get anything going. So Philip Nowak entered now. Ball went past just about everyone on the pitch there. Here's Nowak. Pinball off ahead. And a tangle up between Nowak and Logan Starren will go the Eagles' way. I have a free kick here. I wonder if he's doing single loop or double loop there, August.
If I was a betting man, which I'm not, it would be single loop.
Sure. I bet you're not.
It is 19-0 on shot count.
Wow.
In favor of E. The abbreviation, I guess, would be E.
Man.
Emory Eagles.
Goodness gracious, 19-0. Free kick. Whoa, that had some English on it. It's like a Randy Johnson two-seam fastball.
I guess that's technically number 20 by rule.
Yeah. Man, that had some leg side spin on it. It was like there was a fan right next to the goal and it just blew it straight to the side. That was a stinger. Either way.
Yeah, Ignacio Cuberu, grad student at Davie, Florida. I'm curious as to where he learned that.
Second on the team in goals is Cuberu. So I guess the power behind that shot makes a little bit of sense if you look on the stat sheet. And again, Emory just all over the ball. And Arriaga, bad beat. It should be another free kick here and some more trouble for Bobby and his defense. Free kick as the box gets set up. Referee having some worries with that wall forming up there. Free kicks away with the right. Got tipped by the wall. Edge of the box, top of the key, you could say. That's over to No. Jack Burgess, haven't said his name yet. He's entered now. Nick Carano goes back to Burgess. Slide over by Davis Knight. Looked like Trey Turner the way he got up from that. Slide and a man down for the Lions. Looks like Arriaga took a tumble. He's up and okay. Ball in the box. Yeah, it was Arriaga who took that fall. Thankfully, he's okay. Yeah, took a scary one.
Got some studs on the top of his foot, it seemed.
Yeah.
Rightful no call from the official, but that'll sting for a few seconds, and then they'll go away quickly.
Good thing is you're running. Get that blood flowing out. More physicality. Down again. Gets the legs moved over. Goes the Lions' way, though. Take that. Not sure when the supposed rain is supposed to roll through. On my watch, it's telling me that around 9 p.m. the chance starts. Right now it's 77 degrees in Demarest. Sun just about to set. Lights are on. There's pretty much no sunlight left around here.
Well, the very trusty, never wrong, ever wrong, Apple weather app. Never wrong.
Exactly.
11 o'clock. So.
Oh. Well, that's weird because Apple Watch, it's the same thing. I guess it just hasn't refreshed yet. Well.
And the never wrong. Apple weather is never wrong.
Certified Piedmont meteorologist August Goddard has said that it is 11 o'clock, so we'll believe him for now. I would love to be a meteorologist because then if you're wrong, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you get paid to be wrong.
It's like, oh, it changed. I don't know.
My bad.
Dream jobs, dream jobs. Besides this, in the future, that's what I want to be doing. Just lying on a meteorology report.
Wrong department, unfortunately, but...
Well, I guess it falls in the communications field.
Theoretically, yeah. If you have a teleprompter, you don't have to know what you're talking about.
There you go, yeah.
You just say words.
Yeah. I could get my degree in a culinary school and still do that. Who knows?
Which, by the way, we appreciate all meteorologists.
Of course. Of course. Especially around this area of the United States, the weather can tend to be pretty interesting. And we've seen plenty of interesting weather here at the WAC these last couple of games. My mind jumps to Warren Wilson. It was rained out with 41 minutes left in the second half. And then we came back here last Wednesday. Or was it last Friday or last Wednesday? Either way. Last Friday. Played 23 minutes of it. And then guess what? It was rained out again. It started pouring here. But thankfully, I believe the rule was after the 70th minute, you can call the game if a team is winning. So the Lions took that one 4-3. Big boot, just over the crossbar. Just under 7 minutes here. So the Lions down 2-0. We're going to have about 6 or 7 minutes here to put an attack together. One thing I also don't know if I mentioned last time we were here was there was a spider on that corner of the steps here for the press box. Thankfully, he's vanished, so I can live in peace. Had to mention that. It was a pretty big spider. I'd say it was about 3 inches wide. Pretty big guy. Shaylee's nodding her head. She was freaked out by that thing. Whistle. Shaylee has informed me there's 2 spiders behind me, so I can't live in peace anymore. Thank you for ruining my night, Shaylee. I'm going to have some nightmares now. I'm not going to be able to sleep. Thankfully, I did just get a mattress topper on my bed, so maybe that'll help. Free kick towards the corner, headed away. And Vogt on the run's got it. Works his way towards the flag, and it'll just be out of bounds. So quickness of Vogt, not quick enough. As now we work our way over towards the huddle stick. That's back where we can see some numbers straight into the night, I should say. Noah Goodman in for the Lions, another freshman for them. They've had a lot of good action from their freshman class today.
Yeah, it's a 4 freshman trademark because that's the attacking substitutes have consisted of 4 freshmen pretty much every game.
Yep.
Nico Serna, notably missing. I'm not sure if he's on the sideline today, but he usually comes in at some moment. But yeah, Goodman, Arriaga, Sanchez Alvarado, and Sosa Reyes, the 4 freshmen. Hopefully trying to get some energy going into halftime for the Lions.
I like those freshmen. They're pretty talented. As right on cue is Sanchez Alvarado. It's also good to get those connections on early. Ball works its way past midfield. Ball at midfield again. Emory's still forming another attack as we start to slow the action down a little bit. Just about 4 minutes left in this first half of play. Emory leads 2-0. Ball in the box. Shallow down, some danger. Mom goal.
That ball ended up in the net, I believe.
Oh, reverse mom goal.
Is anybody sure how?
I didn't see it. Interesting.
I think it just kind of weaseled its way in between Bobby Wood and one or two defenders.
Hey.
We'll have to...
Watch the replay on that one. Goodness gracious. I think
Ignacio Cuberu gets credited.
Yeah, there you go.
A little bit of a tough angle to see what happened there, but a goal is a goal.
Exactly. Either way, you got to move on. 3-0 now. I could not have called that more wrong. Zach tried to Odell it. Doesn't have the sauce like that. As now he's got to take a long run over to get this one. Sosa Reyes. I see you looking at me, Zach. He almost had a Mike Trout wall rob on that one with one hand.
He plays a stick sport. If he had his short stick, he would have gotten it.
There you go. The human body can only do so much. But the human bodies of the Emory Eagles have put 3 up on the Lions as we are looking to conclude this first half. Lions looking to get out of here, making it just that deficit before halftime. Nothing more, but hopefully something less.
Yeah, not to be a Debbie Downer, but it looks like the only way Piedmont has any chance of scoring would be a colossal mistake from Emory. It's just been tough to watch from the Piedmont's perspective on just sending it long, hoping a ball gets through. We had that one chance with Mattis Vogel in Knight up around the 22nd-ish minute. But other than that, it's been slim pickings for the Lions today.
Yeah, now I think the game plan completely changes in the second half. The original plan was to let them have their shots on defense, like you were mentioning. So some Hall of Fame analysis from August, but that recipe has lost its page in the recipe book, you could say. It's been erased. Or it's been stolen by another grandma, and she can make you a really good dessert now, good apple
I
pie.
was thinking more like Coca-Cola stole the
Oh, there you go.
recipe. Locked up?
The vault was not locked up, or Emory found the code.
Yes.
So a new recipe will have to be crafted in the second half, as we're under a minute and a half left, I should say.
There's actually a guy on TikTok who released the original KFC ingredient list.
Oh, what a tragedy.
Because there's some guy pretending to be a descendant, whatever it may be. Feel free to look into it yourself, but if you want to make your own KFC chicken, head to TikTok.
Fun fact of the day. On a Wednesday, who would have thought that you'd learn that the KFC recipe has been stolen? Under a minute now. Has some blinding speed by the Eagles, but it's going to be a goal kick. So final seconds tick away in the half. Hasn't been the greatest half, but hasn't been the worst half for the Lions. Some of the shots for the Eagles haven't been the easiest. I think back to that second goal when it was shot behind the box. And that was just a lucky beat. It was a well-placed shot. And Bobby will let his boys go. Curving over towards the sideline towards Sanchez Alvarado. As Emory looks to put a late push in. Put out. Lions possession. Seconds tick away. That'll conclude the first half. On paper, as expected, Eagles do their business. 3-0. as we conclude the first half. Lions need to switch some things up, clean up some defensive mistakes, and look to put up some goals and get at least on the offensive end. Skelly had an easy end on the goalkeeper side for the Eagles. No action for him. Bobby had his hands full. A lot of shots. We'll hit you with the halftime stats when we get them. But for now, the clock says 15 minutes. And that's how long the break will be. So we'll see you then. This is Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Welcome back to the WAC. 3-0 was your halftime score. And the biggest thing that sticks out to me is the shots. It was 24-0 in the shot category, August.
Yeah, that is not a good look in any way, shape, or form, no matter how you spin it. If the opponent has more goals than you have shots, that is not a great sign. Not a winning recipe, per se. So we'll see what the fellows have in store for the second half.
Speaking of fellows, there is a lot of new fellows in this matchup. Some crazy lineups that we'll have to figure out on the fly. New keeper for the Eagles is Jeffrey Halpern. He was the guy who started 8 of their I think he started all their games up until now, excuse me. My brain had a little bit of a slow segment there, you could say. But nonetheless, 3-0. You see Al-Suwaidi in the game. Boot over and a decent head and head in the hands. As it's over past Colin Sheeler, newly entered keeper for the Lions. I'd imagine just trying to keep Bobby healthy is the goal for Coach Stevens. It's away from Colin Sheeler. Winning a vertical battle are the Eagles. And now it's Colin Vogel on the left side. First time he's had a good opportunity to get those legs moving. But hounded by 3 Eagles immediately, as Al-Suwaidi will kick it back to Philip Nowak. Duquette softly to Al-Suwaidi. Back to Duquette. Al-Suwaidi on the defensive end as Eagles work it over towards the right side, back towards the referee in the corner. Duquette's there with a left boot over the side. Davis roaming around with 3 Eagles by him. And McGaney on the defensive end on Al-Suwaidi. As you can see, Halpern way out of his box in his keeper position. Off the foot of Mattis. Vogel goes to Nowak. 1-on-1 off of blue, white ball. Delroy Mattis with a big throw in towards the midfield line. Whistle blown, should be a call in favor of the Lions. Yeah, my legs are getting tired too, August. I feel you. He had to just sit down.
Need that, Pete. Need that Swanson Bridge to open stat.
That construction on the bridge connecting the area around the library to the Swanson Center is not favorable to anybody who happens to be a communications or theater major.
Well, actually, speaking of Al-Suwaidi, I was informed last week there's a lumber shortage. That's why the bridge construction is taking a while. I hitched a ride from main campus to Swanson, saw Al-Suwaidi walking across the bridge. Now, I don't know if he temple runned across. I just saw, I heard some power tools. I looked to my left, and I see him, strutting down the bridge. So I was fed 2 sources of information.
And this ball in the box night to cut you off, and it's past Sheeler. So Colin Sheeler's first opportunity doesn't go his way. He was left flat-footed. And it will be up and through.
Taking extra points here. It's Lorenzo Avalos.
Yes.
That goal.
Yes. They were high-fiving each other, everybody. I just couldn't tell who was the correct one. But yeah, interesting from Al-Suwaidi, man.
Yeah, so
I like the temple run reference too.
I was fed information by theater department chair, Bill Gablehausen, that the bridge will be done in 2 weeks.
There you go.
Last week. However, not even 24 hours later, our chair, Dr. Joe Dennis, said, not so fast, Lee Corso style, and that the bridge will not be done until December because of a lumber shortage. Now, there are a lot of trees in Demarest. I'm sure they could just cut down a tree. But I'm kind of leaning more towards the 2-week side. Although, at the beginning of the year, they said it would be done by Labor Day. That was a while ago.
It's like if you're a waiter at a restaurant, the wait will be 45 minutes. You tell them that, because then if it ends up being shorter, you're happy.
Exactly.
But we can only be optimistic.
Under promise, over deliver. Exactly.
If Dr. Gablehausen is correct, some feet will be saved in the coming weeks. Gainey, as it's put out by Mason Keith. First 5 minutes down in the second half. 4-0 your score. Once again, Colin Sheeler in the net, subbed out for Bobby Wood.
And that assist went to Ignacio Cubedo. So 1 goal, 1 assist on the evening for number 40.
2 points on the day for him. A throw-in coming for the Eagles. High one towards Delroy Mattis off the head of Boris Bosick. Cubedo in the box. Shot way off right. So since those first good minutes of defending for the Lions, it's been tough. 4 goals up for the Eagles. It's kind of what you expected, on paper at least. Tough matchup, good measuring stick type of game. Lions defense at times has been formidable. Showed what they can do, showed their strong suits, their good pieces. Hopefully players as well as the coaches can realize what lineups work correctly. Boris Bosick with a one-on-one with Emma Gainey. Left foot cross past the box. Arriaga missed it. Philip Nowak didn't. Back over towards the box. Duquette with some physicality. Pinball straight to Nathan Jacome. Line drive towards the midfield line. So Eagles take their time, work it around now. Cubedo. Big shot, saved away by Sheeler. Still in trouble, almost saved again. Oh, goodness. Never mind, I think they'll call an offside. Am I wrong there, August? I think they called that an offside.
You're not wrong, you're spot on.
Man. So, Sheeler stands strong. A good save and a near save, but the near save doesn't count, and neither would a possible goal. Score remains 4-0. Knight goes back to Vogt. Vogt looking for the through to Colin Vogel. But a big body, I'm not sure the number is for Emory there. Tall frame.
I believe that's the German, number 14.
Ah, yes.
Christopher Marchand.
Yes. They do make him pretty tall over there. I would look pretty normal if I went there. Then you go up to Finland, Scandinavia, those type of areas. I think the average height of a man is 6'4" to 6'5". Woman's about 5'11" to 6 foot. So they don't mess around up there. Tops of fridges, beware. You will not have dust on you for long.
Cookie jars, beware as well. Maybe that's why Santa Claus loves his cookies.
Parents can't hide anything from their kids in those countries. Top of the fridge? No. You can't put anything in the basket up there.
Yeah, might as well hide it, under the sofa.
There you go.
It's hard to get, the high center of gravity. Can't crouch. Got to be army crawling under sofas.
I mean, Yeah, as a guy that height myself, I don't like bending down to get anything. It's not fun.
Do you like bending down at all?
No. Coincidentally, I have a very low car. As Sheila gets a save. But yeah, the low car, my father despises it. He tells me that once I get older, I'm going to hate a car that low, but makes it look like I'm going 1,000,000 miles an hour when I'm going 40 miles an hour, so I'll take it. It's fun.
You feel like Mr. Incredible a little bit.
Yeah.
His undersized car.
I've gotten a weird comment because I go into cars head first. If you kind of catch my drift, instead of going feet first and then leaning in, I lean with my head first and then get my legs situated. It's a weird process, but it's just a thing I do. Yeah, just about as weird as a double bunny here.
You should catch some flack. That's extremely abnormal. Should be studied, I think.
Well, I was left-handed. Am left-handed. I was born on a Sunday. I'm just weird in every aspect. Big shot attempt off the body of Jacome.
Yeah, that one's gonna hurt.
Yeah. Might leave a little bruise. Even though it was close up, that one definitely hurts. Came at him quick. Mattis tried to get a defensive stop. Ball's up in the air, headed away by Nowak, still in the box. Over ahead towards Boris Bosick, talking to Mason Keith, getting in communication with him. Constant. Through ball straight to Colin Sheeler. Dives on it.
Looks like he's rocking a bit of a mullet there. Got new haircuts all over the field for the Lions.
Yeah, I was about to say his barber's killing it. I can see the fade from over here.
You saw James Cooper donning a new hairstyle in the first half. I'm due for a haircut.
I was about to say I was debating getting one tomorrow, but Great Clips is so hit or miss because there's no good places within an hour of here, that I've gone to at least. And all I need is just not a buzz fade, but
yeah, I'm an Athens Great Clips guy.
There you go.
Jefferson Road, 129.
Shout out
by the new Publix.
Ooh, you leave them 5-star reviews on Yelp?
I did not, but they're very conversational.
Okay,
that's the word. Yeah,
there you go.
Very conversational. They gave me a student discount.
Oh,
took off $3.
I gotta ask about that. Dang.
Yeah, I didn't even ask. It just
in this economy, that's a good deal.
That is phenomenal.
It's a really good deal.
Down from 22 to 19. They do me better than any other Great Clips I've ever been to. It's always going to be rough the first 2 days.
You got to let it marinate. That first shower is when you know how it's going to go.
Exactly. It's let's know if it's going to be bowl cut or not.
Thankfully, I haven't had a haircut cook me in about 2 years. That or I just put hats on. Either way, the ball is in Piedmont's side of the field as Emory works its way through. And McGaney in the box. A back move working on Vogt and Mason Keith as it's still on the top. And McGaney with Bosick on him. Crossing the box. Jacome got a foot on it. Blazing speed now. Goodness, they're flying. Vogel, whoa! Slingshotted. Uh-oh. Am I feeling that crack to my hand there, August?
You might just be.
Oh, boy.
The umbrellas pop out.
Yep. So if we have to, sorry about the moment of mishap, you could say, folks. If we have to move the camera back in here, it'll go past the press box for a little bit. But
yeah, not for those of you who are accustomed to motion sickness, I would.
Oh, yes, of course.
Maybe close the eyes for a few seconds.
Yeah, go get a snack or something in the meantime. But keep the audio on. I still want you to hear us. Can't miss the action. But yeah, the rain is picking up a little bit. It's not bad yet. It's not pouring necessarily as the ball's in the box over the right. Good defense by Bosick. In terms of time, 31 minutes left, so if the 70-minute logic was correct, as it looks like, got a cramp coming from Bosick, but he's up. All we need to do is get through about 10 minutes, I believe is the number. Either way, tough road for the Lions to come back from a 4-0 deficit. Corner, up. Also, oof, tough read. And good fake outs from the attacker for Emory there. Nick Carano. Big shot towards the corner, almost got a head on it. Did the German man, Marchand.
30th shot for the Lions.
Good night. Get out of here.
Or Eagles, excuse me. Still a bit of an egg from the Lions' attacking point of view, which is seen as their strength. So
hate to catch a stray here, but 30-0 looks awfully familiar to Sunday. Oh man, Atlanta Falcons fans, beware.
Yeah, Penix got dropped from my fantasy team pretty briskly after that week.
And speaking of dropped, Philip Nowak took a big hit there. That'll be a whistle blown, free kick for the Lions.
And if you've followed Piedmont Lions soccer over the past couple of weeks, you've known lots of fouls from them. I believe the Warren Wilson game, the first half of the uninterrupted match, there's close to, I think it was somewhere in the ballpark of 25 fouls between the two teams.
Wow.
We're only at 9 fouls. Well, make that 10 fouls so far in this match. But it's also hard to foul if you're not, in the transition phase as
whoa!
Huge collision.
And they almost had one, too. They got Halpern to come out of net, but standing strong, I believe that was Marchand there. It was right off the boot. Could have been a good chance to slot one through for the Lions. But again, not a perfect world. Midweek blues for the Lions here. They knew what they were getting into, scheduling this game, playing this game out Wednesday night here in Demarest. 8:18, 76 degrees, a little bit of rain coming down. I believe we're going to get a bit of rain in the next couple of days as well. Hopefully it'll clear up by the weekend. I gotta go to Six Flags. I don't want to have that rained out. I'm cursed when it comes to theme parks. In the box, straight to Halpern. As night patrolling. Ball moving as Sosa Reyes has to retreat. Bosick with a good header off the chest now of an Eagle. Good through ball. Some backwards box out from Sosa Reyes. Bosick able to boot it. Mattis with a step. 2-on-1 for Delroy. It's going near out of bounds. Whistle blown. Judging by the reaction of some of the Piedmont players, looks like that might have been called a foul on Delroy, but I can't tell. Nope. Free kick for the Lions. So Al Suwaidi and I think Sosa Reyes with their hands up. I'm not sure what that was about.
I think they were hoping for some advantage play there from the official. But yeah, it was so-so. I'm not mad about the call.
Yeah. You get what you get, and you don't pitch a fit.
Looks like Jackson Shirley warming up for the green and gold.
Good corner from Bosick as Mattis fell down on that one. But Halpern right there with some speed out of the box, looking to provide a transition opportunity for the boys in blue. Slide down from Vogt, didn't do anything. Whistle blown, still with the Eagles.
Yeah, Sosa Reyes just left the leg hanging out there a little bit, and catchers, I believe that was Avalos, across the body. Eagles free kick.
Yeah, now the second half start to see a little bit more of the fouls being called. Yeah. As had the feeling out period.
As soon as we mentioned not a lot of fouls, we get 3 in the span of 2 minutes. So commentator's curse lives on.
Ball with a slight move through the box to the corner, and it's back out. Eagles like that in and out move. Able to cut up the Lions defense. They definitely have so far today with 4 goals. Marchand, big low boot. Sheeler saves it. It's been a solid half for Colin, minus the one time where he just got caught flat-footed in a quick transition chance. It's Had a couple good saves. His senior year as well. Pablo Lozano, I believe, is the only other option on paper for next year. I'm sure there'll be some sort of freshman as, ooh, he took a tumble. Nothing called yet. Guess he didn't get a ham on that one. It looks like the rain went away, by the way, for now. Slide down into the box. Dangerous here. Alsuedi missed a kick on it. Shot blocked. High one pinballs. Good header. So Sorea's getting worked on here. Enters the box straight to Colin. So Kabedu again working well as Cesarea's taking a second to get some breath. Looks like he might have gotten the wind a little bit sucked out of him there. Ball past the Lions logo at midfield as we're just about under 25 minutes left. Vogt with the takeaway. He's got some speed. Tyler Vogt down the sideline. But right there were the Eagles. So again, another opportunity snuffed out by the Lions. They just don't have the numbers on that end because they're stacking it up on defense. Over towards the Eagles bench. And yeah, just a lot of subs on that bench for the Eagles too. Goodness gracious. Speaking of subs, there's 3 coming in for them. We'll get you the official word here in a little bit. Nothing for the Lions to leave the same lineup out there. Throw in. Straight off the head of Colin Vogel. And over for it is Sheeler. Picks it up. And a good punt. High in the air, way past midfield. But headed right back where it would have gone. Here's Mattis. Mattis keeps stepping over. Looking through to Davis Knight. Knight, right to left, falls down. No whistle. Fans looking for a call. Players weren't. Played on. Left boot to midfield. The Eagles with a good chance. Big shot straight to Colin Sheeler. Bobbles, but still has it. Classic fall on. Savvy keeper move.
I think that makes that 34-1 for total shots.
Got one on the board.
We did.
Header. Off of the head of the keeper. Shot. Saved again. So make that 34-3. Got 2 in the burst there.
I'm in a surrender cobra, Will Levis style. I thought it was going to be there.
It certainly looked like it. But Halpern saves the clean sheet that the Eagles team working with right now. Defense from Vogel able to stand tall. Now it's Philip Nowak. As always, getting a rise out of the crowd. There's Davis Knight now. Vogel. Tough step, Nowak header. Good slide. No call, edge of the box. Still will be going the Eagles' way, though. Clock keeps ticking down. About 21 left. Lions looking to get out of here unscathed, injury-wise, score-wise. Keep that score right where it is. If not, at least put one up. It is late September now, but it's so humid. It feels like Florida. This isn't right.
Well, if it makes you feel better, Grant, high is 77 tomorrow.
Ugh.
We'll be down to the low 70s just in time for the start of October.
It's got to be lower. That's got to be lower. Goodness.
58 when you're walking out of your building for class. So.
Yeah, but then if it's 58, I want to wear what I'm wearing now, which is pants and a shirt. I don't want to have to regret the pants later on in the day.
That is the issue I come across. I'm walking out of the building, even when it's just 60. It's chilly. It's always cold in the Commons at 7:30 in the morning when I'm eating breakfast.
Then you go to Stewart and you burn up.
Go to Stewart, and then by the time I'm done with class and walking back to lunch, it's 1 o'clock, mid 80s.
Yep.
Now I plan ahead, but it's either you're cold in the morning or you're hot in the afternoon, and it's not right.
Okay, between the two bunny ear loop and the getting into the car head first, I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this too. But my go-to temperature is a high of 45 and a low of 35.
Yeah, you need to be studied.
I have my preferences.
As a Minnesotan, I would not even go that cold. It's like upper 70s for me. Like a high of 78, and in the morning mid to low 60s at night for a good bonfire. The air's crisp, It feels like fall. And fall's the best season. I don't think that's a hot take.
It's not.
Foul committed there
by
the Eagles, as we have some subs waiting in the rafters. But no, it's it gives you time, especially if the sun's out. It's not too hot, but you can sweat if you get a workout in, but you're not necessarily sweating if you're doing recreational activities like going to a theme park like you would do. But also, it's fine if you're sitting at Sanford Stadium. I mean, if the sun's hot, it could get a little tough there. But the morning, beautiful weather to take your dog on a walk. Dog's not overheating. Beautiful weather at night for a bonfire or to do any other activities at night. It's good golf weather. That's just my opinion. It's perfect grilling weather. You're not, having a towel around your neck like your uncle might do, but.
I guess that's why LA is so popular. It's pretty much temperature the whole time.
Yeah. San Diego. Hear all about it.
Yeah.
James Cooper has come in for Darroy Mattis.
There you go. I'm also the type of guy to put my TV volume on and car volume on a multiple of 5, or sometimes a multiple of 2, and AC always has to be on an odd number.
Okay. You're just a baseball guy.
I'm just revealing all of my little deep dark secrets today.
You're a baseball guy. That's what it comes down to. You have these weird superstitions.
Yeah.
I couldn't care less what my weather or air conditioning is at. Roll the windows down. A. B. I understand multiples of 2. Multiples of 5 is ridiculous because the difference between 5, 10, and 15 is absolutely drastic. And you have to have some medium between the three of those.
Would you rather sleep in a freezing room with a big blanket, or a hot room with a really, really nice fan?
Freezing. Our room up in Ipswich is set to 64 when we go to bed.
Man.
And I have a fan on.
Man.
So I got a sheet, blanket, comforter, blanket, and sometime a sweatshirt.
I would agree with you there. Usually we keep ours about 65, and then I got usually 2 blankets. I don't like to sleep on the sheet. I sleep on a blanket with a blanket over me.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Gotta stay warm, man. Socks or no socks when you sleep?
No socks.
No socks, yeah.
Although I will say, for naps, if I'm taking a quick nap, I leave the socks on because I feel like I have to get up.
Yeah. That's a good point.
It's the nap I took today. I wanted to stay asleep. I did not want to wake up. And I was nice and cozy. Turned the fan on, took my socks off, put a pillow over my face to cover the sunlight. Then from there, got my 2.5, 3 hours of rest.
Today was the first day in the semester where I actually didn't wake up for my alarm. I woke up and then I fell asleep for 45 minutes. Was almost late to my philosophy class.
That was how I started this semester. I started going to bed at 10:30 every night, and my body would naturally wake up between 6:30 and 7. As Sosa Reyes gives.
Yeah, had a good shot for it.
I would even wake up at 8 on the weekends naturally, no alarm. But now, as the semester goes on and I waste more time during the day, my bedtime has been slowly pushed back to the midnight area. I kind of blame the NFL because those late kickoffs. It's tough sometimes, but I also sometimes want to watch the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. Their game doesn't start till midnight, so
Nightcaps are good as Sosa Reyes is looking for a call. Fun little rant here as the Lions are down 4-0 still. That rant thankfully did take some time down as we're under 16 minutes. Lions just looking to get to their weekend. Final full weekend of September. Ball in the box. Right foot away from Jacome. Eagles still have it. They're doing circles in the defense. Out of the box. Around the red arc for lacrosse. And McGaney crossed into the box, headed over. Sheeler able to get it up cleanly. Sheeler in the neon green with the punt. Goes over towards Sosa Reyes, and it's out. Should roll at least, barring any crazy English. Yep, so Lions have thrown on their own end finally here.
Could be a James Cooper long throw here, which is effectively a corner.
Basically, he's got arm behind him.
Yeah, still cornerless for the Lions, but Chef Coop, let's like to call him, doing some grilling for any Piedmont Lions baseball games. If any of you have the pleasure of making it out to one of those.
Big throw in on the head, out. Cooper, the same thing he does in intramural basketball. Last year we saw him every single time the men's soccer squad for basketball would win a tip-off, he would shoot a half-quarter, and I want to say he made 2 out of the 3.
He made the first one. It was the first time I've ever seen him touch a basketball, and he banked it in. And we were playing against him, and I was like, oh, goodness, this could be a long one. We did lose. My team went winless last year, but not due to lack of trying.
Yes. Yes. You guys put up a good fight in a lot of those. It was you and some swim guys.
Yeah. Almost took down the men's soccer team in the playoffs.
Yeah, that was a crazy game.
Went down by 4 points. Questionable call or no call, I should say, from former standout Jason Alcine.
Yeah.
He absolutely traveled with 40 seconds left to go up by 4, but I'm not. It's neither here nor there. That was in the past.
Alcine was a captain last year for the Lions. Also, some new bodies in the game. Anthony Bonilla, haven't mentioned him. Goodman's back in, as is Jackson Shirley. Free kick. Right on cue, there's Anthony heading it up. And Chef Coop gets it. Back towards the Lions logo. Goodman and Cooper tracing. Cooper calling his guys out as the ball works its way down into Lions territory more and more. And it's put back towards the line. Good through ball. Threat, 2-on-1. A lot of white jerseys around there, but some trickery as it's right towards Sheeler. There's 4 white jerseys and 1 blue jersey. The blue jersey still managed to get a shot off. Should make the shot differential 37-3.
16 on target.
Goodness. I guess you do take those numbers. It's about 1 make every 10 shots. This one's going to go over towards the right side. Sheeler wisely lets it go. Yeah, for the amount of shots the Eagles have had, they haven't had too much on the scoreboard.
No, I definitely expected more from them. Not to say 4 goals is not enough, but given the chances they've had, been some stout defending from the Piedmont back 4, but still expect them to tuck away some more. And I'm sure the Emory coaching staff is hoping to tuck away some more as they look to play some of their tougher opponents in the UAA.
I want to say they have 4 or 5 ranked opponents. So they've got some tough contests ahead of them as some mess ups by the Lions defending part. Also, he takes a fall. They're going to call the foul on him.
Yeah, it sounds like Emory's got the Florida Gators scheduled.
That's one way to put it. Thankfully, they don't look like the Florida Gators, at least not right now. If the score stays where it is, that would leave their point differential 33-4. or goal differential, I should say. And you can't have any interceptions in football. Football, I should say. That's a good thing. Free kick from the red line. Off the head of Al-Suwaidi, still in the box, big shot high. And I don't see anybody on this Eagles squad who looks even close to what DJ Lagway has looked like this year. They look very together.
Man, none of them are 6'5", 240 pounds.
That's true. I don't know. Marchand's close to that.
Yeah, that's a
big guy. I was about to say, is he listed the height on the roster?
6'3", 200. Every bit of 200. That's a solid 200 right there.
About a Joe Burrow frame.
Ryan Tannehill-esque.
There you go.
Good player comp.
Matt Schaub.
Christian Ponder. I think Christian Ponder might have been a little taller.
Yeah. Matt Schaub was one of the Atlanta Falcons franchise records for passing yards in game. I believe it might have been Kirk Cousins that passed him last year.
Kirk go change.
490, and then it all went to nothing after that. Oh, well. Still got a game on our hands. Or at least the end of a game. It's turned into not much of a game as Emory took control of this one under 10 minutes. Single-digit minutes left, still 4-0.
You know, I got to ask, does Paul Saw have any shin guards on, number 17 for Emory? It looks...
I don't believe he does.
Looks a little bare out of on top of the shin. So
that's I didn't notice that.
That's a bit of a risk.
What about who is that? Let's see. Cisneros also looks like he doesn't have any on.
Yeah,
see that? He's got low socks. Quarter level socks. Huh.
They're not into the style that is shin guards.
I think it adds to
the aura.
The aura of soccer, yeah.
Yeah, the little gap between, just the lower knee and the quad. I think. I think that kind of defines soccer players. See, Cooper's got the stockings on. His is all the way up to his knees.
Yeah. I feel weird to think this way, but it looks like whenever you swing a leg with shin guards on, it looks like your leg's just moving faster.
That's true. Yeah, it just feels like there's too much skin showing out of paw. Like it's just a lot of leg. It's not that he has bad looking legs. He's a real solid looking guy. But
I was about to say he can squat a good bit of weight, I bet.
But it's a little off-putting from.
No diss to him, but yeah. Unlikely style choice, I think, is the good choice of words there. A bit of trouble as Jacome will hit it towards the fence. This time it's not over the wall for Zach to try to catch it. Referee blows the whistle. Looks like he's going to have some words with Sosa Reyes.
For a half second there, I thought he was going down to our good friend Zach Avila. I thought the pass might not have been crisp enough or something of that nature.
Today, son, you got to be better with those passes. Big shot, way left. I guess those are some pretty well-conditioned legs, as that one had some serious power on it. Goodness gracious. Sheeler with a goal kick on the edge of his box with 7:23 left. Bonilla. Some left curve on that one as he was looking for a fellow teammate. Goes to Halpern in net, rocking the gray kit with the socks up to the knees. Ball towards the sideline now, still in. Emory looks to form what will be one of their final attacks as they look to probably just salt some clock away in these remaining minutes. Haven't had too much excitement for the Lions today because they haven't had too much time on the offensive end, barring anything happening from Noah Goodman. Yep. It's just been no room for error for the Emory defense. No breathing room for anything in the white jerseys. And the shot differential on paper would tell you that. 40-3 is the shot difference. Slide out. Still with blue. Ball in the middle of the field. Goes over to the left wing. Shot blocked. Top of the box, Al-Suwaidi with another missed hit. And Duquette working on the defensive end. Has a one-on-one. Still some lockdown defense. Falls down. Whistle blown. And yeah, Josh Duquette continues to play very well today.
As a player, Stevens will want to hang on to for his entire collegiate career. He's shown a lot of promise here. First year on campus. The Denmark alum. High school, not the country.
He has been a shining star in a dark space tonight for the Lions. It's a big fall from Sosa Reyes, clutching the foot. He's trying to sell it off. Yeah, he's a little bit mad about that.
Yeah. Piedmont women's soccer team there got a front row at that challenge, and they're not too happy about that.
Yeah, they've been talking, been voicing their opinions as per usual whenever they pull up to these games.
They're very good chirp artists, I will say.
Oh yeah.
Even on the field, they're a little quiet about it, but they speak their mind. That is for sure.
Got to look out for the opposite sport. Huge kick away from Anthony. Whistle.
Foul against the Eagles.
Okay. Is that in the box? I couldn't tell.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I think he was a little, whoever that was. It might have been Cisneros. A little too touchy-grabby on one of the Piedmont attackers.
Either way, a close free kick, and finally, and I mean finally, a good shot for the Lions. August is on his feet. Here we go. Al-Suwaidi with a rare shot for the Lions. They've had 3 actual shots today as compared to the Eagles' 40. Looking to get a confidence boost goal here.
James Cooper, wide open.
August is calling it now. Hopefully the jinx will work well. Al-Suwaidi, right boot, high. Either way, Halpern was there. But still a shot on goal for the Lions. Take what you can get. In every sense of the word. 3:20 left in this one. As the Navy jerseys from Atlanta came in and did what they needed to do against your Piedmont Lions today. Lions not a horrible showing. Only 1 goal given up in this second half. And it was early at that. We haven't had anything in about 40 minutes.
What are we thinking for dinner, Grant? Late night?
Ooh.
Jersey Mike's?
Well, late night doesn't sound too bad. It opens up in 15 minutes, so that's like right on time.
Yeah, they've been a little disappointed. I don't know
Really?
the situation, but lack of chicken nuggets this year. I've been really sad. So we'll
Travesty.
see. Had chicken sandwiches yesterday. We'll see what they have today. But we appreciate all the CAF staff.
Of course.
They don't make the menus. They deal with. I mean, the provider gives them what to do basically. So they try their hardest and they care about what they do. Absolutely. Just a little sad. There's not any chicken nuggets or chicken strips. I need some of those in my life.
I'll tell you what. They had chicken and dumplings and basically the Red Lobster biscuits the other day, and that was right when I was feeling at my worst with this cold, and man, it saved my life.
I mean, there's some chicken ranch wraps today. Mm-hmm. They've had fried rice this week.
Pizza was great before I came here. I'll tell you that.
They've had taco bowls. Like they've been on fire this week.
Yeah,
I can tell you.
Yeah.
So,
hopefully, late night will reflect that.
Refuel up the participants of this match.
Yep. Minute 30 left. Low cross. Working its way out of the box. If anything, I might just go to late night to get some Powerade. I'm thirsty.
Yeah, you've been yapping a lot. About a lot of things.
We've had a lot of fun rants. We've had a good time, even though the Lions have been down on the board. Hope you guys at home have as well. Try to make tough games like this a little bit exciting. Bring some joy to your Wednesday. Garwood has informed that under a minute remaining, Colin Sheeler is going to force a final attack here for the Lions. Stutter step to Bonilla. Either way, today was definitely a solid showing, I'd say, for the Lions.
Yeah, this is about how it went about how it was expected, I would say. The first 20 minutes went very well. It was just, a short little lapse that the last 25 minutes of the first half kind of sealed the deal. And then obviously that first goal right out of halftime for the Eagles. As there's now 15 seconds left, one last chance for the Lions.
Big boot in, headed away, so there goes that chance. As was that the shin guardless man? Yes, it was. Scramble for a corner, one final shot. It's going to go way over the net, and the buzzer will sound for the end of regulation and the end of the game. 4-0 is your final score today on this Wednesday evening at the WAC. Emory Eagles come into Demorest and take this one versus the Lions. But we saw some very strong showings out of a couple of Lions, specifically Josh Duquette.
Yeah, absolutely. We see Jacome has been quarterback in their defense for the past 2 seasons, and he got playing time as a freshman. I think Stevens kind of sees some Jacome in Duquette, you could say, for lack of better phrasing. But he's definitely a player to watch for the rest of the season. That center back pairing hasn't been changed much so far this season. We've seen the wide backs kind of be switched between Bratton. You had Nowak getting some minutes. Bosick has played some. Bonilla has played some. Kind of rotating between those 4. But those 2 are the engine of the team alongside Vogt, who plays in that holding midfield position. So those 3 kind of run the team from the defensive perspective, and Emory's probably the best opponent they'll play for the season. So this is a good, litmus test, you could say, and hopefully to build on to their future opponents.
Yeah, this was a very tough contest. They got 2 more coming up on Saturday, so 2-day turnaround. They'll travel to Maryville. Game will be at 3:30, so if you're looking to watch that one, go to Maryville's website. And then if you're looking to watch the Covenant game a week from today, that'll be at 5 p.m. in Covenant. So big rivalry there. Expect a lot of penalties in that one. Those 2 teams love to be physical. So 2 great tests coming off of a solid showing for the Lions today, even despite the loss. Maryville, Covenant. Lions will drop to 4-3, still keep that winning record. After those 2 games, we'll see you next October 4th. A Saturday versus Asbury, another conference game for the Lions. They've entered their conference play. And that'll do it, at least for now. I believe the next time we will see you here.
It's Wednesday.
Yep.
So that will be women's soccer versus Wesleyan, first home game in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Just off a Warren Wilson win yesterday.
Yeah.
Or Monday, excuse me. And then volleyball with their home opener, finally. If you've been waiting for the Piedmont Lions volleyball team, Kat Tatum's cave debut on October 1st. That'll be against
Wesleyan, yeah. So double Wesleyan. Timmy's had his girls on the road for soccer, but homecoming next Wednesday, week from today. Once again, volleyball will be at 6 o'clock and women's soccer will be at 7 o'clock. The men's soccer game at 7 o'clock today between the Emory Eagles and your Piedmont Lions ends in a score of 4-0 and for Joseph Garwood. The amazing athletic communications crew working their jobs on the table, doing the PA, doing the scoreboard, everything involved in game day operations to make this smooth. We always appreciate them. We appreciate Shaylee Gallegos working the camera, hanging out in some rain for a little bit. I most certainly appreciate August Goddard, our first time on the mic together. And with that being said, my name is Grant Prather, saying hope you have a tremendous rest of your night, a great weekend when it comes to it, and as always, go Lions!